Hey there everybody, hope your day is going well. Jacarried Old School Gaming here, and welcome to Intermediary Vlog 6. Goddamn, it has been a while, because, Morrowind, well, okay, I suppose the gameplay itself was, up to the finale was 104, so that's, 52 weeks, and then the bonus episode that would have just happened a couple hours ago makes, 105, so, 53 weeks. But it is kind of weird because Morrowind technically started in March of last year. This is the final Saturday for February of this year. So it's like the way the weeks works. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, wow, Morrowind is done the first time. I'll get more to that at the end. Yeah, and It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I had absolutely no issue just playing for a couple hours, recording that, and, the main issue was Morrowind refused to close half the damn time. Maybe less than half, but still, it's just like, close already, close, damn it. There were a few... more than a few. There was a lot of scuff issues in just going through Morrowind, especially the further I got along. And that's just kind of on brand for a Bethesda game. Just the further along you are, the more glitches you're going to experience. Yeah. Anyway, it was a very fun game. I personally, I had never actually beaten Morrowind before. I had, dabbled a bit. I think the highest I ever got was, I got to, the top of the Thieves Guild and the Fighters Guild, but I had never, completed any house storylines. I never completed any of the other factions. I had, gotten into the Mages Guild a little bit. I had gotten into, the Temple. I did the Pilgrimage. I did a few other things. Let's see, the Imperial Cult, given that those early quests are super, super easy, I definitely got plenty of those, but I didn't really get too much into the Oracle quests. Then, what else? The Imperial Legion, that is a very, very quick one, but I never completed it. And hell, even the expansions with Morrowind, Morrowind, with the Tribunal, and the Blood Moon. I went into Mournhold, and I explored around a little bit, but I didn't really do much. I just went back to Vardenfell, because I knew, hey, if I go here, these assassins will stop attacking me for once. And then up in Solstheim, I'm just, hey, it seems pretty neat, but, I got up there, I did that thing with the, the one priest, hoarding all the alcohol away from everyone. And really, that was it. I didn't really explore out. I just went straight back to Vardenfell. I'll come back here another time. But another time never really happened until, I recorded and actually beat the game. Yeah, and honestly, going, not all players would go 100% through every single dungeon like I did. But, I just did it because it's just, this is a neat exploration. And the best part about that was every single dungeon, and I do mean every single dungeon, was very uniquely designed. Some of the entrances, especially with the ancestral tombs, a lot of the entrances were very, cookie cutter. But once you go beyond the main, beyond the entryway, every single place was unique. Every single NPC named. And it was very, very meticulously designed, and you can see that. Okay, what I usually do with intermediate vlogs is it's oh hey, my final thoughts to the game, then what would I change, then maybe introduce something new, and then move on to the next game. That's not quite happening here. But as for what I would change about Morrowind, to start, the hand-to-hand system. Because I completely understand. I completely 100% understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to, make it to where it's a monk class in tabletop D&D. But if you've ever, maybe seen someone play a monk, or you yourself played a monk, they are actually really badass. They are really damn good. Like, well, until facing someone with a very high constitution. But I mean, just the monk uses unarmed strikes to essentially disable opponents before the opponent can truly fight back. And at that point, the monk can decide: do I finish them off or do I spare them? Well, that's that's more of a choice of the player, but and also maybe like whatever mission you're on, like, hey, do not finish off what you're facing off against because they are not of their mind. Now, the thing is, Morrowind completely screwed that, because in tabletop D&D, the monk does make it to a point where it's actually lowering the opponent's hit points. And even without, because like a lot of monk hand-to-hand moves will stun the opponent. That's essentially the point of monk, because they are unarmed and unarmored. And I completely understand that, but Morrowind just completely screwed that. Because even in tabletop D&D, a monk punching will reduce hit points and has the additional effect of stunning the opponent, making them lose a turn. But in Morrowind, that doesn't happen. I even once tested it. I went through the character creation very quick. I created the ultimate. I forget. I think I might have went with orc, and then went into like just specking out the getting strength as high as possible, making sure hand to hand was a major skill. Just doing anything and everything I could to make sure hand to hand was the best it could be for a starting character. And then the very first, I decided in the test out, I went through the, finding the Process Vitelli's text collector, going through that mission, going through all the dialogue options, to eventually find Gilnith, who I admitted to killing the text collector, because that text collector is just, he was skimming off the top and flaunting his wealth in front of us, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, if you know, you know. So, I just went in there and I'm just, okay, well, go through dialogue options, reach for Gilnith, and he's just, well, what are you going to do? You're going to report me or are you going to let me go? And it's just, well, I want to test hand-to-hand, and since that is a very, very early fight where the opponent doesn't actually use a weapon, I figure, let me test out the hand-to-hand system and see what happens. And things were going okay for a bit, but then the fight or flight system that the NPCs use, I don't know, I think it's called rallying, or the rally system, or I don't know for 100%. But essentially, I was just, fighting hand-to-hand, but then his morale dropped to a point where he started running away. Now, of course, in Morrowind, NPCs can't leave their, they can't leave the area that they're in. So I had to, try and chase him down, and try and chase him down, and try and chase him down. Doing that drained my stamina so much that his fight or flight went from flight back to fight, and he started punching me. Now, like I said, my fatigue was so damn low at that point, I fell down. And then, in hand-to-hand, when an opponent falls down, that's when you actually start doing health damage. For some reason. So obviously he ended up killing me, because I couldn't get back up, because he kept draining my fatigue, because my fatigue was so damn low. I couldn't even get up and try and leave and wait for fatigue to recover. Yeah, that definitely needed to be fixed. I don't know if anyone at Bethesda actually... I don't know if anyone at Bethesda actually tested the hand-to-hand system, but that was just completely screwed. It should be able to do damage, not just, oh, hey, drain fatigue. Because, like I said, I understand it's like the monk, the tabletop D&D, where it's just where it's more of a stunning than than actual combat, and that's how the monk wins, by forcing the opponent to constantly lose their turns. But in Morrowind, the whole system was completely screwed up. Yeah. Now, the second thing I would change would actually be some of the quest lines, because, I mean, I can understand, glitches happen, players play things that the developers would never do, but did they just not go on any quest lines? Did they just, oh, hey, make sure this is here, make sure this is here, make sure this can't be exploited, and so on and so forth? Did they just not go on any quest lines? I would think that would be a #1 priority. I mean, I spent the first 60 episodes of my Let's Play, well, minus a few episodes where I did certain quests, but essentially by the time I reached episode 60, I had explored every single cavern on Vardenfell. Not everyone is going to do that. A lot of people will go straight for the quest lines, straight for the rewards. Me, I like doing the open exploration first, and then going in the quest lines. But even still, like, the quest lines, why the hell weren't those fixed? Even with the final patch, I had to use the console a lot. Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous, just, oh my god, why the hell isn't this questline working? Why didn't I get the journal entry? And sometimes it was, oh, I need to, like, actually talk about a topic. Other times it was just, I've talked to this person about every single topic they have available. Screw it, open up the console, let me advance the quest. That should not happen in any questline. No questline should be broken. But, obviously, it is. Now, the third thing I would have loved to have seen off was all the damn messages for an enchanted weapon. It's like, I'm using an enchanted weapon, hey, it has some charge. Cool. And now it's run out of charge. This enchanted weapon, this weapon has no more enchantment. This weapon has run out of enchanted, or this enchanted item has no more charge. That was it. This item has no more enchanted charge. This item has no more enchanted charge. This item has no more charge. This item has no more charge. Shut the hell up already! I get it! I understand! It has no charge. Is it still a weapon? Can it still do damage? Yes? Okay, shut the f up already! And same with that goddamn... Or you need to rest and meditate because you've had enough increases in your level. I get it. Shut up already. God damn, I'm actually glad they fixed that in Oblivion, because it's just, oh my god, shut up already. They fixed both of that, because with Oblivion, it's a little symbol down at the bottom of, like, near the compass. Just a little tiny symbol that, oh hey, you can level up whenever you want. And there's only one time you get the message, hey, you've had enough increases to certain skills, you should rest and meditate on what you've learned. And after that, if you have more increases, oh, this is increased, this is increased, this is increased. But that's it. There's no multiple times. And same with enchanted weapons, just, oh, this weapon's run out of charge. That does pop up every now and again, but not every single goddamn time I try to use my weapon. Shut the hell up already. Now, the final thing I would have changed, and I talked about this a few times throughout the videos, is I definitely would have named all the NPCs up in Solstheim, because, like, in Vardenfell, hell, even in Tribunal, well, in Mournhold, whatever, every single NPC was named, whether they were just roaming around the streets, or they owned a shop, or they were some random bandit in a dungeon. Every single one had a name. Now, of course, like, the wild creatures, or the Daedra, the undead, even the rogue vampires, they didn't have names. I think one rogue vampire had a name, but the rest, I guess you could say like, those rogue vampires, except for the one, the rogue vampires had essentially lost their identity. They, they became consumed with the bloodlust of constantly having to drink, and they completely lost who they were. Whereas all the other vampires, like, in the different clan bases, they still retained their identity because they didn't, I guess they didn't overindulge in blood, or they didn't lose themselves to bloodlust. Maybe that's it. Maybe because they drank on a regular basis, and they had, like, their cattle slaves to feed on, they could do that. No problem. And they could maintain their minds. And so yeah, those different rogue vampires, of course they don't have a name. And all the different, like, wild creatures, whether they're, like, from Vardenfell or from Oblivion, or some of the undead, of course they're not going to have names. But every single NPC character of every single race had a name. It showed there's a lot more thought put into every single dungeon. Because, like I said, every single dungeon, even the quest-related ones were fantastic and huge. The non-quest related ones were definitely smaller, but they were individualized. There was no repeat. There was no deja vu. It was, hey, there is definitely some time, some uniqueness put into the design of every single dungeon. Whether it was some of those like glowing purple sorcerer crystals, or mushrooms, or hanging vines, or pretty much anything. Like, if you took all that away, yes, very obvious cookie-cutter dungeons. And even the dungeon design up in Solstheim, it wasn't cookie-cutter. Every single one, there wasn't many, but every single one was very uniquely designed. The barrels were kind of cut and paste, but there was enough put around that, oh hey, this is unique. Not so for the NPCs, because on Vardenfell and in and under Mournhold, every single thing was named. But up in Solstheim, it was lazy, and it shows. It's just, we have to name more? Let's just, I don't know, just name them hags, name them berserkers, or bandits, or whatever. Like, name them. Like, use whatever damn random name generator you are using to name everything on Vardenfell and in Mournhold. What the hell happened to that? Did the creative juices just stop? Oh, maybe. that might explain something. And that pretty much covers anything I would want to change. I mean, even still, even with all of its flaws, I absolutely love the game. And hell, being able to actually beat it and see all the endings, not just for, the main quest of Morrowind, but the quest of Tribunal, the quest up in Solstheim, and every other faction's end. It was amazing. It was very nice to see everything end and all the thought that was put into it, even if some things fell through the cracks and then other things just became a lazy reproduction, copy and paste. Yeah. Like Oblivion. But anyways, I'm not getting that here. Now, this part of Intermediary Vlog would normally be, oh hey, introduce something new, and then talk into the next game. But that's not gonna happen. Oh God, I barely have anything of a backlog. I have what? How many? Between all the different games that I have pre-recorded, I have like, what, 40 something? Like, no, wait, 40. Wait, damn it, what was it? 47 completed videos, not all of which have been reviewed. But still, I mean, it is... Oh, wait, no, then add on a bunch from second-gen Pokemon, but... I mean, the Pokemon games are in something of their own, but... Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, around 60? So, yeah, that sounds about right. So, around 60, give or take. And the thing is, only 2 of those games are completed. Oh, yeah, and then add more, so over 60. Damn. I'm not looking at the actual numbers, but there are over 60 videos, sure, but there's a lot missing. Dear God, there is a lot incomplete, I should say. And only 2 of the games are actually completed. The rest is just, like, incomplete, just partial. Yeah, so... With that in mind, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going on, or like doing a Supercut hiatus, which will actually help me a lot to build up a backlog, because like with each individualized episode, I did re-review it just before it went to, just before I uploaded it rather, so that way I could get a timestamp for like where I stopped reading books, for, well, damn near most of the freaking episodes. Yeah, and yeah, it was a lot of fun just to do that, but with Supercuts, I'm not doing that. If someone feels like actually watching through the entire Supercut and going, hey, you stopped speaking about a book here, and here, and here, and like the different stitches, then by all means, let me know, and hell, I'll add it to the description to say, oh hey, thanks to at so-and-so, I stopped reading the books at these different timestamps, so when you get to there, just skip ahead to these timestamps. Easy. Yeah, but I'm not gonna go over the freaking almost 6 hours a piece. And I've got 25 of them. So, yeah, well, okay, the last two ended up being kind of a weird split, just because my computer refused to completely render it out. It's just, well, hell, the finale's in there, split it in half, and then make two. There we go. Just whatever my computer feels like doing. And plus, having an extra 25 weeks off will help me, like, not just build up a backlog, but start building on a couple other projects that are kind of in the back of my mind, but I don't want to say them right now, because if I do say them, then they're not going to happen. I'm just going to keep them in the back of my head and eventually get around to doing them. But hey, if you want to stick around all the way up until Morrowind ends a second time, and hell, I'll still have my streams on Tuesday, I'll still have my once monthly Wild Wednesdays and Thoughtful Thursdays, although would Thoughtful Thursday count as two? Because there's always two videos, like, I don't know, it's one day. Yeah, so Wild Wednesdays, Thoughtful Thursdays, and even my Tuesday streams will continue and all the way up to, well, whenever Morrowind ends for a second time. And hey, if you stick around, you'll definitely see whatever other project that I have, well, I guess in 26 weeks from now. Yeah, I will definitely hope to see you there, and whatever happens is whatever happens. I just really don't want to go on hiatus, and hell, uploading all the Morrowind Supercuts, it will open up a ton of space on my computer. That is definitely something that I would love to see eventually. Yeah, and I will hope to see you there whenever that happens. So, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, hit that bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. Don't forget to follow me on my other social media linked down in the description. And as always, have fun.